I really hate that it makes it the song muted. What's up, guys? Low-key, with my voice at this point in time, I'm just gonna play the game. I'm just gonna play the game. I might switch to something else later, but yeah, I'm just gonna play the game for now. You guys move? Didn't know he was that bad a kid? He's exaggerating every detail just so they'll take her side. Yeah, I'm just gonna read it normally. Fuck it. I didn't know Kevin was like that when he was growing up. It feels so off, but whatever. That must have been really tough for you, Rias. Crap, Sweet Tita's actually buying it all. Kevin's always been like that. Even now, nothing has changed. He's arrogant, self-centered. He also needs to act like he can handle everything by himself at all times. It's just a sorry excuse for a human being. Super cute when she's angry, too. Oh boy, I think I'd better make my exit. Oh boy. Okay, we do have Sheriff. Dude, I gotta clear my throat already. Yeah, this is not great. Alright, wrong button. I'm confused with the buttons. Is it this one? Is it Analyst? They're not gonna be voiced anymore. Feels bad, but whatever. Aki was it only Tita that had to fight monsters here? Only Tita got jumped? Whatever. Sitting there just thinking of cute things, aren't you? Is that your character? Interesting. Oh, that's a surprise. Analyst. Oh, Legrand. Something the matter? It's not like you to walk right up to the second floor without even looking at the board and sit quietly like this. You're not feeling sick from eating too much ice cream or something, are you? Don't be silly. I'm not a kid anymore, you know? Could have fooled me. I swear that you were the one who ate 3 full scoops first thing one morning and later had to go get some stomach medicine from Sven's. Maybe my memory's playing tricks on me. I'll pretend that never happened, okay? Besides, that was back when I was a junior bracer. That was forever ago. I learned my lesson after that, I swear. Now I never have more than 1 scoop each morning. You're not supposed to have ice cream in the morning at all, you know. Oh, no matter. So, what have you been doing up here all this time anyway? Oh, right. Well, you see, I got a letter from my papi, who lives a long way away from this morning. Really now? He's a swordsman, if I recall, isn't he? Yep, he's an instructor. He's real famous among sword practitioners, actually. Yun Ka-Fai of the 8 Leaves One Blade School. Ah, yeah, that's the one. I was familiar with the name even before meeting you, but I was quite surprised to find out you were his granddaughter. Didn't he used to live here in Liberal? I'm surprised you know about that. I can't say I have any memories of when he was here, though. was around when I was born, so how could I? That long ago, I see. So, how's he doing? Well, judging by his letter, yeah, he's doing fine. I haven't had the chance to meet him in person for about a year now. Last time we had a chance to spar, I felt like he was totally babying me, even though he's like 70. He really must be skilled to be treating an active bracer that way. Huh? What's the sudden serious face? Oh, it's nothing all that major, but I've been wondering something for a while. Why do you stay here when you could join him? Huh? Sorry, I'm lost. Well, it's just that you're aiming to improve your swordsmanship, aren't you? Feels like if you have a grandfather like that, the fastest way to do that would be to go with him and polish your skills at his side. That's, well... I suppose it's not my place to be telling you what may or may not be the best for you. Sorry, Annalise, you didn't pay any attention to an old man like me. No, that's not true at all. Really appreciate your advice, so please don't think it's not your place to give it. I can definitely see where you're coming from on this. I do have my reasons for not being here and all. They're just a little difficult to explain. Oh? I do want to learn more about swordsmanship and swords in general. So in a sense, you're right that continuing to train under Poppy would be both the best and fastest course of action. But that's not all I want to do with my life. I want to at least as much, if not more, to know more about what it means to be a bracer. I guess it's a case of wanting to learn more about swordsmanship as a bracer rather than as a swordsman. If that makes sense. Am I even doing a good job of explaining this? No, I think I see where you're coming from now, actually. Besides, Bobby once told me that he taught me all of the technical side of swordsmanship forms, crafts, and that kind of stuff already. Whether I can master them or not is all down to me now. So in that sense, I feel like there's no specific need for me to train under him nowadays. Of course, whether I'm really advancing in my swordsmanship now is another issue entirely. I wish I could say for sure I was, but... I see. What's with the silent treatment all of a sudden? It's nothing. You're just not really one for these kinds of serious discussions, so I was impressed to see you were even capable of them. Hey, I'm so capable! Besides, you were the one who kind of pushed me into talking about all this stuff first. I'm glad I did too. Anyway, getting back to the point, what did the letter even say anyway? Oh, right. Well, as surprising as it is, it says that I should go and see Cassius Bride. Cassius? The one and only? Yep, that's right. Supposedly, Poppy was invited by the Royal Army to be a guest instructor at some point a long time ago. That's when he trained Cassius, too. So ever since, they've had this kind of student-master relationship with one another. Cassius even went out of his way to go and see him 10 years ago when he decided to stop using a sword, too. 10 years ago? I'd put that around when he left the army and became a bracer then. What exactly prompted him to tell you to go visit Cassius now, though? Well, I guess he only just recently found out that Cassius had returned to the army. So now he's wondering whether he might take this opportunity to take up the sword again. Huh. I gotcha. He wants you to go and ask for him. And let him know what he says, yeah? I see. People really do end up connected in the strangest places in the funniest ways. Tell me about it. Anyway, that being said, I kind of have a favor to ask. You want time off, I assume? Well, who am I to say no? You got a good cause to have it. I can even get in touch with the army and set up a meeting with Cassius if you want. Really? Really? Go along and get that truth your grandfather wants for him. But in return, I want you to take care of every single one of the monster extermination requests on the board first. Every single one? Aren't there like 5 of them right now? Sure, but the monsters in this area will be no trouble at all for you as you are right now. They'd be less of a problem if Grant were around, but I had to lend him to the guild over at Rouen. He's still not back. Gonna have to pick up the slack here in his place, especially if you want time out. Okay. Three days later. Yeah, I'm finally here. Right on time, too. Okay, let's go bug Cassius. Huh? Can I help you? It feels so weird giving him a normal voice. It feels so weird. Like, normally that voice wouldn't bother me, but right now it would bother me. Well, I'm Analyst Alfeed, a bracer with the Guild. I've come to meet with Brigadier General Bright. Ah, I see. I believe we've been expecting you. I pass on that you've arrived then. You might have to wait a little while before you can meet with the General, though, I'm afraid. Huh? But I'm right on time. Did something throw his schedule off? Something must have. I can pretend to know much more than you do. But the General is a very busy man, so it's not at all unusual for things like this to happen. Anyway, like I said, I'll pass on that you've arrived, but I'm going to have to ask you to wait out here for a while. Sure, no problem. This is taking ages. I hope the meeting isn't going to end up getting canceled or something. I really don't want to have to come all this way for nothing. Suppose if I can't meet with Cassius, I could at least go shopping in Gransel. They should probably be getting the new lineup of stuffed toys around now. I wonder which one I should get. Maybe the bear or the crocodile once in a while would be nice. Excuse me, young lady. The General can meet with you now. Really? They really don't have like a meeting area? Like a waiting lounge inside the fort? Good day, sir. Thank you. And you must be Analyst, I assume. Yes, I am. Welcome to Liston Fortress. The General is waiting. Please follow me. Oh, thank goodness. I seriously thought I was going to have to go home without getting to see him. Terribly sorry for the wait. Well, please follow me. You got it, sir. Boo, boo, boo. This is way quicker if I just read it in my normal voice, isn't it? I brought your visitor, sir. Very good. You may return to your duties. Thank you, sir. Bitch, are you picking up the sword again? I'm really sorry about the delay there, Analyst. Oh, don't be. I'm more thankful you took the time out of your busy schedule to speak with me at all. This is the least I could do for someone from my old line of work. It's been a while since we last met, though, hasn't it? You've become a seasoned veteran before I knew it. I'd certainly like to think I have. I can't have Estelle soar ahead of me while she's abroad, can I? It's just what rivals do. So they do. I'll be looking forward to seeing just how much stronger the two of you can become. You won't be disappointed. Getting to the point, I was pleased to hear that old Master Cafe, is it Cafe or Cafe? I'm gonna say Cafe. Cafe is still in good health. I believe it was because of him that you came here today. Yes, that's right. I didn't realize you were an acquaintance of his before this. I certainly am. In short, he's the man who taught me the way of the sword. That was over 20 years ago by this point. The first time we met was when I was back at the military academy, so I studied it under him. I still remember the harsh training sessions he gave me here at Liston like they were yesterday. Really? Is there any special reason you didn't say you knew him before? You knew I was his granddaughter, didn't you? I did. By the time I first met you, I had long given up the path of the sword. It didn't feel appropriate in my eyes to act as if I was a student in light of that. Oh, gotcha. I haven't seen him in about 10 years, I think. He does write to me on occasion, but how is he these days? Does he still have that same old vim and vigor? Yup, he really doesn't act his age at all. Still, if you'll let me get right to the point. The reason I came here is to continue the discussion he had with you 10 years ago. Oh! To tell you the truth, Papi still laments the fact that you had left the path of the sword. That was why he wrote to me when he heard you'd returned to the army. He wondered whether you returning to the military may mean you were also ready to pick up a sword again. So this is it. I'd like to know, directly from you, how you feel. I see. Well, it's a great honor that after so many years, he still cares so much about my inexperienced and utterly lacking swordsman like me. Yet I'm afraid my answer is that I still have no intention of taking up a blade again. Can I ask you why? You certainly can, but I'm not sure how to put my answer. This has always been on my mind, too. I've always wondered what would prompt someone so skilled with a sword that they even gained the title Divine Blade to leave it all behind. And I don't mean to make light of your skill with your staff or say it's inferior, nothing like that. It's just hard to wrap my head around why you did what you did, and there's a little part of me that can't accept it either. Especially now that you've returned to the army. Why can't you return to being a swordsman? Unless you believe that the staff is stronger than the sword after all. No, not at all. I just believe a staff is more fitting weapon for me as I am now. Staves are a symbol of protection, which are used more for keeping enemies at bay than cleaving through them. You say that as if all swords are good for us cutting and killing. That's not true. I fight because I want to protect things just like you do. As a swordsman, as a bracer, and as myself. Are you telling me a swordsmanship Poppy taught me isn't going to let me do that? I'm sorry, I didn't ask for you to take time out of your day so that I could come and shout at you. But I can't accept what you're saying. Up until all of what happened here in Liberal, I never felt any doubts that swordsmanship was the right path for me. In the end, all of what happened just served to remind me of how powerless I really am. And now, I feel like no matter how hard I try, I'll always be a rookie. I'll never be strong enough to do what I want to. Now I see. Perhaps this is fate. I see, Mr. Cafe hasn't changed one bit. He's the same firecracker he always was. What do you mean? Prophetic as I am now, I'm not able to answer the questions you're asking me. But I know someone else who can. Considering how tired my voice is, and I'm just doing my normal voice, I can tell that I would have been flecked up if I was doing voices. What's he planning to do out here? I really want to know who he called too. Ah, there you are. Are you all ready to begin? Indeed I am. I never expected to have to wear this uniform again though, especially not so soon. I'd almost think you enjoyed messing with people. I'm not doing it to bully you. You know as well as I do, your usual work clothes aren't well suited for this kind of thing. You're Colonel Richard. I realize this may sound a little silly coming from a man wearing this uniform, but I'm no longer a colonel, young lady. So, sorry. So, Mr. Richard then, or Alan. You can call me whatever you wish, though no need for the Mr. Meanwhile, I believe you are Analyst, a senior bracer with the guild. You know me. I'm not the former commander of the intelligence division for nothing. I know about all the bracers in this country. I see. But how did you end up being here? Actually, Richard was who I was meeting just before I spoke with you. Really? Short, I've decided to start up a new research company as a civilian. So while I may not be a part of the army anymore, I can definitely see myself continuing to need to work with it in the future. So I decided to come here in order to discuss the matter with Cassius in hopes of maintaining a good relationship between us in the future. Oh, I get it now. Wait, is the person you mentioned earlier? That's right. I want the two of you to fight one another. Wait a second. This is all a bit sudden, isn't it? Especially if I'm going to be fighting the famous Colonel Richard. Is that so? You don't want to know the answer to the questions you asked me earlier, then? I believe any doubts you have towards swordsmanship can only be dispelled through using it. Focus not on whether you win or lose, but on pouring all you have into the battle, and you should find the answers you seek. Alright, then. I'm not sure I'll make much of an opponent, but I'll do what I can. It's not every day one has the chance to test their skills against a relative of the Eight Leaves School's founder. I'm eager to see what you can do. Yo, this guy like 1v4'd us in like 2 games ago. Begin! Right. Yeah, the sword strikes. I didn't do much. Wow. Okay, I don't know if we're winning. Wow. Mm. Ow. Ow. Yeesh. Uh. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Actually throwing.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah!
You could have leveled up, you know. Oh. Holy crap! I did it! It looks like my skills still have a lot of room for improvement. Alright, the victor is decided. Sheath your blades. So, Analyst, how did his swordsmanship appear to you? Well, tried using the 8-leaf school 5th form, Morning Moon. It's made a few changes to the standard form, but it's largely a style based around sword drawing and techniques. Well, okay, I noticed a bit more than just technical details like that. What did you notice? One thing I realized while fighting him, Richard swings his sword as if perfectly synchronized to my breathing. The second I go on the offensive, he reacts without fail. In that sense, it feels like his swordsmanship is much more defensive than offensive, I suppose. A defensive stance matches perfectly with a form he uses in combat, and the result is very natural, very powerful swordsmanship. Oh-ho! What I can't work out is why you're so focused on fighting defensively to begin with. I mean, I assume it's because you want to protect something, but what? Analyst. Yes? I wield a sword for but one single reason. That reason is to protect this country. Oh. Everyone has at least something they wish to protect in this world. Perhaps that is a person, such as their family or loved ones. Perhaps it is a belief or an ideology that they hold dear. And just as the things we seek to protect are different, so too are the ways we choose to do it. In my case, the way I choose to protect what I care about just happens to be perfectly suit the defensive swordsmanship you noticed. Although I can only imagine how comical it must sound to hear a criminal who threatened this nation talk about wanting to protect it. Well, not really. Richard, you... Please don't say anything, General. Her Majesty may have chosen to pardon me for what I did, but that doesn't make those crimes simply disappear. Still, just as your desire to protect the world remained even after leaving the army, I can't completely turn my back on mine. It was so that I could do so that I resolved to leave the army. It was so that I could do... Okay. I did read that right. Alright. It was. You see, Analyst, to me, one's position in life is just a means to an end. A way in which to achieve whatever you wish to do. I think that's true for one's choice of weapon as well. Wouldn't you agree? Well, what's important isn't what weapon you choose, but what you use it to do. What inspires you to take it up and use it to fight. The reason to choose to put my sword aside and take up... The reason I chose to put my sword aside and take up a staff is those feelings I had changed. That is all. So, Analyst, any more thoughts? I should just use my sword in the way that best fits me to do what I want. That's what you're trying to say, right? Sure is. You beat me to it. You're Master Cafe's granddaughter, alright? Very quick to catch on to things. I'm just as quick at forgetting things too, though. But I finally get where you're coming from. Really. I'm happy to hear that. Could I ask you to pass my answer on to Master Cafe, then? Consider it done. I'm sure he'll understand. Then again, would you be opposed, Richard? Not at all. I've already inherited the way of the sword itself from you. It's only right that someone else should inherit that. What are you talking about? Well, that's settled. Would you accept this, Analyst? Genu. What's this? It's a blade I once used myself. Oh, did she just now randomly get a Genu from her memories? It's like, oh, I already had it on me. I didn't even realize. I think it would be much happier in the hands of an active practitioner of the swordsmanship than in my own at this point. Wait a second. I couldn't possibly accept this. Surely if anyone should be taking this off you, it should be Richard. Perhaps on the surface, but how things are on the surface is not what it always is not what is always most important. I thought you just learned that fact. I'm not sure the lesson I learned early have anything to do with this. There's no need to think so seriously about this, Analyst. All you need to do is take up this blade and use it to do what you want to do, in the way you choose to do it. That's all anyone expects of you. Do what I want to do, in the way I choose to do it. Well, if you insist, I'd be happy to accept it. I feel I've learned a lot today from having the opportunity to face off against you. I do hope I'll have the chance again one day. So do I. You'll both have to make sure you don't neglect your training then. Of course. I wouldn't dream of giving it any less than 100%. Really, it sounds like that was quite the fruitful experience. Sure was. Guessing this was Poppy's plan all along. He knew exactly what would happen if I went to ask Cassius what I did, and that's why he asked. I must have sounded a little unsure of myself in the last letter I wrote him. I see, like master, like pupil. Incidentally, while I hate to spring this on you before you've even had a chance to settle back in, a lot of work built up while you were away. There's even a request from the mayor too, so I really need you to get right on it. All. If anything, you should be grateful. All this work will give you a chance to refine your skills with that new mindset of yours, won't it? That's one way of looking at it, sure. So, Pappy, well, I bet you knew all along. It looks like Cassius has no intentions of taking up the way of the sword ever again. But thanks to seeing him, I ended up being given a chance to re-examine my own swordsmanship. Up until now, I thought it was all about getting stronger, or faster, things like that. But now I finally realized that what's far more important than either of those things is why you take up the sword in the first place. Your feelings. I feel like now I finally understand why I was never able to defeat you, no matter how many times we fought. I might not be the best student in the world, but I'll keep giving my training all I've got. Love Analyst. We did it. Dinu. Oh shit, that man! We had this in our pocket and we didn't even realize. Ice cream. God damn, what the fuck? Alright, Chief, whatever, you could have that. Alright, let's go get Analyst. Not Analyst, Charizard. Who we replacing?
This ought to perk you up.
Poor Olivia, I must take off your shit. Oh, I thought I removed it. Wrong thing. There we go. Damn, Cheryl looking good. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have stripped everyone, but you know. Alright, not necessary. Yeah, you're good. What you got? Yeah, she's wind-based. Anything greatly benefits from just wind? Fire? No, not really. Not really. Earth. Yeah, we got Petrified Cloud. Can't get the other shit. Making sure we got all our quartz. You could give it an HP 4. Yeah, I'll give her that. Factory. I think we're good. What about higher cast? I don't know. Start making these later. We're getting the resource for it.
Let's go!
Oh, hold up.
Oh, okay.
There we go, and
Huh?
okay, when she's all alone, she's quiet. I just want to see the interactions, so I didn't do last time. You did not rest, Your Highness. Just feeding a Seek. Oh, I'm just feeding Seek. He said he was hungry. It won't take long, promise. I take it those armed beastmen we encountered are another reflection of the Lord of Phantasma's unpleasant taste. But whatever, I'm tired of putting up with their ridiculous games at this point. Let's keep pressing on. Anyone here? Alcohol is what you desire, my dear Shara. Then I shall be happy to provide. This beverage I acquired from the great tree has quite the fragrance and a taste to match. Fortunately, however, I haven't a clue of the maker or year. You do know inviting her to drink with you is going to end with you vomiting in the fountain, right? I was surprised when I saw Shara's new look. As far as I'm aware, she'd been growing it out since her troop days. Yeah. Still, she did go through a lot during her time with us. Did she ever? I think we all know she'll be just fine, though. She's a tough cookie, both in body and mind. Yeah, I agree. Sure, let's go over to the library. There's a weird sister hanging out over there. She's real cute, though. I think you'll like her. This place just baffles me more the more I think about it. If only this fountain were full of booze instead of water, and I'd at least have something to keep me company. You're kidding me, right? Yes, I know. Pretty familiar with the locals since I've been there myself. Take me along if that's where you're planning on going. I'm sure I could show you around. And I want to rescue Estelle as much as you guys do. Alright, then...
Ready? Let's go!
Do 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 do. Okay, you don't. So this is the famous sister, huh? He seems kind of mad at you, though, Kevin. Oh boy, I think I'd better make my exit. And since you're so rudely eavesdropping, I don't want you to want to talk to you. Go away. Okay, I guess that's what she said before. I don't know. I must have skipped it. Mm-hmm. We're gonna see her cut her hair. To grant to you a memory fragment and my blessing. Yep. Here we go again. Year 1202 of the Septian calendar. Roland. Gotta clear my throat, dude. God damn. Charizard. Charizard! Huh? Oh, where am I? Feeling alright? Sure you haven't had too much to drink. Boy, that dream really brought back memories. Hard to believe I was once that young. I see you've gotten yourself nice and plastered. You might want to watch what you're saying, though. You're still young. But no one will believe it if you start talking like that. She's bride. Shara. Like, wow, I thought you'd be out for a while longer, Olivier. Let me pour you another glass then. Please, mercy! You'd be such a monster. Faulkner, bring Olivier another bottle over. Looks like Faulkner's gone and left early again. Fine, guess I have to go get the bottle myself. Oh, I've been getting out of my seat. I'm getting the strongest thing in the house. I spy some brandy. Here's Hart. He's literally only just gotten up. At least start him off with some fruit wine before you start bringing out the big guns. You can have both. Problem solved. Spare me. I'll die. By the way, Aina. You remember when we first met? How much did you down again? Down? Down what? Booze! We're talking about booze, baby! Charizard began pouring alcohol into Olivier's head. That should go in his mouth, Charizard. You what? Oh, silly me. 5 years ago. Damn. Oh, 5 years ago? Guess we're seeing when they met. The flashback within a flashback? Making deliveries in a city this big sure isn't easy. Okay, where's next? Arab Royal Villa? No way. I have to go all the way there? This is why I hate cities. Hey, Bracer, out on the job again. Thanks again for the help. You're a lot stronger than you look, young lady. You wouldn't have any interest in working for us, would you? You'd be more than welcome. Sorry, but I'm not interested. Really gotta go too. See ya. Excuse me. 1197. 5 years had passed since the 100 Days War came to an end. The scars it left were slowly healing, and the life has been returning to Liberl. People gathered in the cities and towns that had returned to their former state, and the revived ornament trade brought the kingdom prosperity. Peace was becoming normal once again. And all that was happening in Liberl at the time was so positive about it. This was also a period in which corruption was rife in the military. Many of the army's officers at the time cared for nothing but lining their own pockets or gaining power and prestige. Between the development of orbital technology and booming prosperity, much was forgotten. Is there no one here? If you have a request, please write it on one of the forms to the right and place it in this box. Looks like it. Wonder if they'd mind if I used their phone. Sarah's here. Ah, poop. Feel more like a slave than a bracer with all this menial work getting dumped on me. Oh, hello, are you here to lodge a request? Yes, that's right. Might I ask your name? Charizard Harvey, a bracer. I'm still a junior one, but I know what I'm doing. Don't you worry about that. Oh my, really? You look so young that I had no idea you were an actual bracer. My name is Aina. It's a pleasure to meet you. What's the request you want to make? I don't have all day to stand around chatting. There are only 2 bracers at this branch right now, so we're very busy. You can make it quick and appreciate it. Oh, really? Terribly sorry. I have no idea what you were... Did you not hear me? Or do you need me to explain to you what the word quick means? Oh, my apologies. Well, you see, it's my first time visiting the city. Thought it might be wise to come here and request that someone give me a tour of the main sites and such. The size of the place is rather daunting, as I'm sure you can imagine. But with a bracer who knows their way around at my side, I'd be able to enjoy all that Grantsville has to offer without fearing getting lost. You've got to be kidding. Please tell me you didn't actually come here for such a worthless request. Pardon? You seem to be misconstruing what braces are actually here for. Oh no, I do that sort of shit all the time. We're not community volunteers or whatever. I mean, we kinda are. We have a serious profession and do serious work. We're also very busy, as I said earlier, so I'm going to have to ask you to look elsewhere if you want a buddy for your sightseeing trip. I wasn't trying to. Or hell, just go and look around on your own. Getting lost is probably part of the experience anyway. Has this one lived in a box all her life? Typical rich girl. Besides, I need to focus on doing major jobs so I can get my letter of recommendation from this branch and get promoted to senior bracer. If you find something serious you need help with, by all means come back. But until then, get going. Looks like this isn't going to work. I really am sorry for troubling you, but... Oh, what do we have here? You come to make a request, perchance. Pardon us for not properly manning the front desk. It's currently my job, but I'm undertaking other work at the same time. Kurt! What the fuck? I thought Kurt was... Kurt looks the exact fucking same. Despite Cher very much looking younger, and Aina also looking much younger. Oh, you don't have to apologize. Pay her no mind if I were you. She's a waste of time. She seems to have gotten into her head that bracers are friends for hire. Well, if you excuse me, I'll get out of your hair now. Please don't leave just yet. Charizard. Huh? What is it? Do what she wants. Helping people in need is a fundamental mission of us bracers. You got no reason not to help. What? But we're busy here. I don't have time to be playing tour guide. I've got more important things to do. Don't worry about the other requests on the board. I'll take care of those. But you're even busier than I am. You're even our receptionist on top of that. You didn't worry about me. Besides, you're still a trainee, which means you still have much to learn. So go. Once you finish the request, I'll write you your letter of recommendation. What? Really? Are you sure? It seems like way too simple of a job to be awarding something like that for. I thought it was your policy to give 100% to all the work you undertake. Well, it is, but then I'm counting on you with this job too. Thank you very much. Think nothing of it. Take care, you two. Got it. I appreciate your assistance. We have been reading for like an hour. This should probably do her good. What is up with today? Delivery girl to playing tour guide for some snooty silver spoon. It just gets worse. Do apologize. I really am putting you out with this request, aren't I? Let's just get started. That aloof manner of talking she has just makes me want to smash something. So where do you want to go? Let's see. Suppose I should go and buy a few things in the Edo department store just in case. In case what? It's in the east block of the city, don't forget. Why would I? Feel my blood pressure rising already. Why did I go to the start menu? Anyway, that's young Charizard. Look at young Charizard. I swear before it told me their ages. I was like, what the oh, this is 5 years ago. How old is Charizard now? Is she like 21? It's like... I'm going the long way around here. Alright. I thought you wanted a tour guide, not like, hey, let's go immediately to this one place. Not an escort. I like how the very first thing she wants to do is blow all her money. So, what are you planning to buy? Well, probably deal with the restocking on recovery items for one thing. Why? Please, Iodios, I just want this job to end. Kurt read this book? Did you bring it here? A lot of these look really complicated, too. The Charizard. What? You know, it's actually a really famous ice cream stall near here. Have you ever been there? Why would I have? I don't like sweet things. Well, I do, and I feel like having some ice cream right now. Let's go get some. Wait a sec. Who's she avoiding? Damn, 5 years ago they still had this ice cream here? And about 2 ice cream cones from the stall. Did your brain decide to selectively switch off when I said I don't like sweet things? You'll like this, promise. It's really nice. It's not how it works. Almost noon. Means I've only got 24 hours left. I'm running out of time. Might be a bit risky, but... Hey! What? What are you spacing out and ignoring me for? I was trying to ask you something. Sorry. What was it? You look angry. You're hiding something from me, aren't you? It's really obvious. So come on, out with it. Are you involved in something you can't even talk to me about? Well, it's just that. I realized I left something back at the hotel. Grr! Somebody would buy that. Not going to talk, huh? Well, fine. Be that way. Can we make our way back there so I can go and get it? Fine, whatever. I'll come with you. At least until I get an idea of what you're really up to. Thank you. Well, shall we be going? Let's go through the south block. Fine. Wait a second. Isn't this the hotel? The building you just walked right past? Well, yes, but... Windsor Castle looks really heavily guarded. Should have known. There's gotta be some way to get past. That way leads to Grantor Castle. You want to go and have a look around it? Yes, I suppose I do. But, it's like I've almost cracked her. I'm gonna talk, young lady. I want to know exactly what I've been dragged all over the city for. Ah, this job's such a pain. I'm gonna go catch a breather outside. There she is! What's going on? You stay right where you are. Check all NPCs. If the NPC's HP reaches 0, the game is over. Back the fuck up! You're doing nothing!
Seems you came up short.
She sounded like that at that age? What the? That guy was no amateur. I haven't noticed anything has happened just yet by the looks of it. It's only going to be a matter of time, though. I need to do something. Look, you, it's time for you to start talking. Who is this guy? I don't want the army to notice anything amiss either. Are you listening to me? Shh, please be quiet. At least now we know she's not on the hotel guest list. Bah! Figured a rich girl like her would have to stay at a hotel, but I guess not. I'm just gonna have to start scouring the city. From top to bottom. There she is! Get her! No, don't shout! Hey, did you hear that? Yeah, it came from over there. There she is! There's our target! The blonde! Get her! What's going on? Got some serious explaining to do, Missy. Well, let's start running! The hell? Wait! How many people of this whatever group? We're gonna get cornered. Behind the staircase, really? Could have probably waited longer. We lost them. Just about. Okay, I've had enough of this. It's time for you to open that mouth of yours. Just who are these people? Why do they want to catch you? What do you even want? Well, don't even try and worm your way out of answering. I will hurt you. With this. That sounds painful. Who's hiding it any longer, is there? Trying to capture me. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I'm asking why they want to capture you. Get on, get talking. We start from the beginning. Suppose it started about a month ago. Your grandfather, who was living with, passed away. Grandfather? That's right. He did mention that he intended to leave some of his fortune to me. But the will didn't just say some. He wrote that he intended to leave me everything. So, for a rich guy leaving his fortune to a young girl. Okay, everything's starting to fall into place. So now every relative you have under the sun is on you like ants trying to get their share. At the very least, I still think my uncle is a very nice man. He said he wants to look after me until I turn 20, so as part of that, you let him look after all the money you've inherited. Unbelievable. Maybe. His eyes when he said that kind of scared me, so I ended up turning his offer down. Wait. Hide! Voice. And now someone's hired those men to come after me. I don't formally inherit. If I don't formally inherit his money, grandfather's will becomes invalid, you see. Most likely that's the reason they want to capture me, so I'm not able to do that. They're no ordinary street thugs either. They clearly have some experience under the belts. I can't believe they're just able to wander the streets of the capital in broad daylight like this. Just what is the army even doing? One of my relatives has connections to the Royal Army, so that's probably why. My family's pretty influential, actually. I'm getting a headache just listening to all this. Hiring a bunch of suspicious, highly trained underlings to fight over an inheritance. You don't get more stereotypically spiteful rich person than that. I'm sorry. I'm not looking for an apology from you. Still, this really isn't looking good. I might have been able to win the last battle, but I'm not confident I would win another. I think the best thing I could do is try and get back to the guild house without getting caught, but I can't see that being easy. Yeah. Come to think of it, I forgot to feed the birds. Feed the birds? And it's meant to be taken literally. It's probably some kind of code they use. Which means crap. Sorry, this way's a dead end. You've been giving us a hell of a lot of trouble, but your luck just ran out. Ah! Meh. You're fast though, I'll give you that. Now grab her! Where's the homie? Where's the other guy? When you need him. Damn, we got no orphans. At least she understands to run away this time. What the fuck? She actually... Wait, why did you run closer? Whatever. She didn't die. Well, not half bad. I don't think I can fight my way out of this. Are you alright, Miss Sherazard? Have you guys still not caught her? Ha! Well. There was still a chance against us. Almost. I don't want to be beaten by a bunch of low-life scum like these guys. Do you have any ideas for getting us out of this? Me? Oh. There's an entrance to the sewers nearby. You can get to that, we might be able to escape to the west block. That's a huge if, though. Alright, let's go with that. Close your eyes for a second. What are you? 1, 2... Whoa, what are you? 3! What's that? A smoke grenade! My eyes! How the fuck did we not get affected? Ready to go? What? Oh, what is this smell? Is this mustard gas? Wait up! Wow, I was about to joke about mustard gas. We actually are using chemical warfare? What the fuck? Don't let them get away! Fucked up. Why do you even have that thing? What's the point of knocking that guy out too? It's locked. Get out of the way! Guess I took out a wire and jammed it into the keyhole. Come on, hurry! Wait, get back here, damn it! It's no use, it's locked. Out of the way, I'll get it open. Did I use another one of those canisters? I've got pepper ones too. But pepper? You make these things yourself? Got a few original blends of my own, yes. Were originally just white smoke grenades. For example, there's this one. Contains powdered laughing mushrooms. Never tried it though. You think it works? You don't need to find out now. You might get blown back in here. I won't budge. Don't bring an axe. We're gonna have to smash it open. That damn bitch! Yeah. It's like we bought ourselves some time. What are you thinking? What kind of insane maniac just uses a smoke grenade or mustard gas canister or whatever it was? You shouldn't even be making that kind of stuff. I thought you were a high-class lady. Truly. But it helped us get to safety, didn't it? Well, yeah, but still. Where did you even learn to make those things? My grandfather loved collecting books. He had his own personal library in the mansion. I learned all kinds of useful things from there. I take it you're not much of a book enthusiast yourself, so you probably wouldn't have read any of the things I have. But there's a famous spy novel I remember reading, and it has a scene in it where the protagonist makes their own smoke grenade. You learned it from a book? Take it back. This rich is written all over her naive face. Look, I make this very clear for your own good. You might have gotten us out of dangerous situation earlier, but you got lucky. Don't expect that to happen a second time. Don't go getting cocky just because you picked up some mildly useful knowledge from a book that may or may not have even worked. I don't want to see you doing anything like that again. Are we clear? Yes, of course. That's all. Let's get going. Being in sewers like this always brings back unpleasant memories. It's like my instincts are coming right back, though. Did she suddenly go silent? Did I say something to annoy her? Let's move. When they come back, they'll get that door open in no time. Be careful and stay close to me. There are bound to be monsters here. Right. Don't make me actually go through this. Motherfucker.
already?
Level 10? Alright. Do-do-do-do-do-do. You take joy in yanking out others' insides? The fuck do I get? Hmm. I do be kind of lost. I'm empty now, but when I was younger, adventurers couldn't keep their hands off me. Tell me, how effective was that expired medicine? It was okay.
Seems you came up short.
Sure. Awesome, let's chest bump.
Seems you came up. Seems you came. Done already?
Where do you like chess, you pervert? Where the fuck do I go? Where the
Seems
fuck
you-
do I go? I feel like I just looped. Where the fuck? I feel like I maxed out this
Oh,
direction.
are you done all-
Would they... Should be some way to open it nearby. Let's start looking and stick close by. Oh my, that's kind of romantic, don't you think? In what way is anything of this... In what way is anything in this situation romantic? Yuri! Yuri! Is it not budging? Stay quiet for a minute. I'll handle this. Nerd removed a rock from the bottom of the device and placed her hand inside. Wow, you really are amazing. But not for this. This isn't all that different from breaking into a safe, to be honest. Really, though. Shouldn't be impressed by these kinds of things, or getting used to them. Why? There are some things in life you're just better off not knowing. And some things you're better off not being able to do. Bug. Bug. Our town smelled like a rotting open drain and was avowed even for a slum. The people who ended up there were largely those who couldn't be accommodated in a prison, those who had been driven out of the cities, or children who had been abandoned there like yesterday's garbage. I did whatever I had to in order to survive and to live to see another day. Making pockets at every opportunity was a habit I picked up from a very young age. Anything that caught my eye, I took. But even then, I didn't end up with enough to live on. There were always men there who had made their living by taking from people like me. The surest way to make money was stealing from the safes of the rich, and they were out of their mansions. The residential area full of wealthy people on the other side of the river, accessible through an underground sewer, was a perfect target for this. Every time I felt hungry, I sneaked inside one of the mansions and made use of the skills I felt like I'd known since the day I was born. The most important thing to remember when doing this was not to take everything in one go. Instead, the key was to take only a small amount each time, enough to get by, but not enough for the mansion's owner to notice anything was gone. A simple piece of wire, I had access to enough Mira to live for a couple more weeks. Before I knew it, I was doing it every day, building up a stockpile of money instead of simply taking what I needed in the short term. And boy, I paid the price for it. I had it all taken from me by the men of the slums and ended up being kicked and stomped on until I coughed up blood. Everyone did what they did. Or they said they did as much anyway, so that they could keep on living on. He's dying. I was pretending to be desperate as an excuse to live by any means, but always taking the easiest road they could find. The town I lived in was devoid of energy, but full of filthy humans like them, and like me. Again and again, I thought about giving it up. Again and again, I said to myself that I wanted to stop, but I couldn't do it. I hated myself for what I was doing. I hated the fact that I couldn't stop. It was because I didn't want to return to that life that I ended up becoming a bracer. Because if I didn't, I was scared I would end up right back where I was. Crew had saved me from that place and had made me into a respectable human being. When I lost them, I was afraid. One thought stood out above all the rest. No matter how much I tried to forget, no matter how much I used to become no matter how used I became to my new life, no matter how much I tried to deny it, I was yesterday's garbage from the slums. Nothing I could do would change that. And that's it, really. One day I'm sure I'll end up returning there. That's why I need to be strong, to stay strong. What job I do doesn't even matter. Anything I can pour my heart into that'll let me live an honest life is fine. Anything that keeps my mind off the past. Anything that lets me keep the ugliness in my heart at bay. If it makes me strong without relying on others, then it's fine. It's fine. I need to be strong. Stronger than anyone. Stronger than anyone. But am I? Am I really doing all right in my new life? Am I really getting stronger? Am I, Lucy? Anyway, I'm here contemplating over the fucking sewers. Thinking of my life's choices. Charizard, you're alright. You're looking very gloomy all of a sudden. And you stood by the sewer area rather than, deciding to get the fuck out. It's nothing, I'm fine. As soon as I finish this job, Kurt will give me the last recommendation I need. And finally become a real bracer. And no one will be able to tell me I'm not strong. I won't let them. I will be strong. Anyway, we're leaving. Wait a second. It's Charizard. And as I finish this job, wanted that badly, you could have asked. Sure, but the legendary Edenbrop is in another chest. Enemies on this side. Guess it's locked. I know it is. Shut up. Break my concentration. Oh, my bad. Charizard took out a wire and inserted it into the keyhole. Phew, we're finally back on the surface. It's evening, too. It took longer than I thought it would. You should hurry. Of course. You're alright, though. What? You look kind of pale. You're feeling tired. Maybe we should rest a little before moving on. I'm fine. I've had enough training to handle this level of physical activity, thank you very much. Don't underestimate the stamina of a bracer. I suppose you're right. I'm sorry. Wait, what the hell? There's never more than a few steps behind me at any given moment. How is she still fine? She never seemed out of breath, even when we were being chased by those guys. Come to think of it, I feel like there were a few times where she was even ahead of me. What is up with this girl? Is this, like, nothing to her? Are you absolutely sure you don't need a rest? I do have a few snacks on me. Would you like me to share some? It's okay, I'm definitely fine. Right now we need to focus on getting to the guild so we can hide out there. Food breaks can wait. We might have run into a lot of trouble on the way, but the quest was to show her around the capital. I've done that. All I need to do is get back to the guild. And this request is done. I win. Come on, get a move on. I still feel like it would be a good idea to rest at least a little, though. Are you certain you're alright? How many times do I need to repeat myself before you get the message? Hell with it all! Hide. I was up all night working on the damn story. All night! Who the hell does Noticia think she is? The better the scoop, the hotter it needs to be caught. Does she think I don't know that? Ah! What do you think he's talking about? I've got no more idea than you do. Maybe he's using some kind of code like those men from earlier. Couldn't be one of them, could he? You think he could be? Damn it all! I can't be sure. Just look at his eyes, though. He doesn't look like a man who makes an honest living to me. I see what you mean. Come this far. There's no way I'm letting us get caught now. You need to proceed carefully and deliberately. Let's see if we can find another route. If I remember correctly, that house over there is empty. This way, follow me. For audio's sake. If I could, I would have done it already. Something? I don't know what he said. You two patrol the area at the bottom of the stairs and I'll take the rest. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna have to call on Raymond again. Wait, he works at the villa now, doesn't he? It's my luck. That's ages away. I swear, this job is as bad for my blood pressure. I need some more medicine or something. Oh boy. Come on. Are there still so many of them going around? How can we get to the guild like this? I think we're going to need to spend the rest of the night here, unfortunately. We won't need to come to that. I think if I can find a good opening, we can force our way through. It's just a case of finding one. I don't think that's a good idea. We need to be careful and rest while we can. Logical as that sounds, I'm not buying it for a real reason. Get a grip, Shara. I can't let my emotions get the better of me. There's no guarantee we're even safe here, you know. I still think the safest option in the long run is to get to the guild no matter what we have to do to get there. Hey, where do you think you're going? I think the second floor is a better place to rest than the first. I find it easier to escape from here than we would from below. This would be a good spot. Wait one damn minute. This is your safety we're talking about here. You could stand to listen to me. This man will be patrolling carefully for the rest of the night. They aren't going to give you the opening you want, or at least I don't believe they will. We made it this far, so I think it would be best for us to rest tonight and resume trying tomorrow, don't you? Trying to do what? Pardon? Still hiding something, aren't you? For one thing, you're awfully familiar with the city for someone who claims it's their first time here. You also seem to know a lot about those men and what they will and won't do, too. What exactly are you really after? My knuckles. It's as plain as day at this point that you want more than just not to be caught by them. If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have asked to be shown around the capital. Not that I think that's what you want either. What's your real goal? Well, no answer? The work we do is based around trust. I can't accept requests from people who won't tell us what they're up to, or who knows what kind of crimes we could be abetting. Go on. The whole thing about that inheritance was all a big fat lie, wasn't it? Something about you being been setting off alarms since we started running around together. Strike that. Since you first came to the guild. Why did you lie to me? Story about the inheritance is true, I swear. I want to go to Grantham Castle. I really am the one who my grandfather gave me his fortune, but I haven't finished the necessary procedures to truly inherit it yet. Till I complete the required paperwork in Grantham Castle's administrative room, I'm not legally allowed anything. That's why there are so many of those men in black around that area. All of my relatives know exactly what I need to do, you see. They're trying to make sure I can't do it. Still, if I don't keep trying to move forward, what a mess. Well, okay, for argument's sake, let's assume that I believe all of what you just said. Why am I only hearing about it now? That is... that I'd want in on that money, didn't you? If I did and I knew everything, I'd have all the opportunities a greedy girl could dream of to take it when together with you. That's what you thought I'd do, isn't it? I'd play along and then steal it all for myself the second a chance presented itself. Do I look like that much of a scumbag to you? No, you don't. That's not it at all. After I lost grandfather, I lived all on my own. The second his will became public, I had crowds of people descending upon me. People who, like you said, were interested only in claiming his fortune for themselves. They all started to live in mine and grandfather's house, and before I knew it, my once peaceful life was shattered. One day, someone would push me down the stairs. Another, I'd taste something funny in my food. These kinds of things began happening on a regular basis. Legally, they were my relatives while I was a minor, so there was very little I could do. I tried reasoning with them at first, but in the end, I had no choice but to leave home myself. I wandered the highways alone, going from place to place and trying not to be discovered. But I knew that while I could hopefully avoid being caught that way, I'd eventually just be declared a missing and presumed dead. Besides, after I'd left once, even if I did kill back home, I knew that I'd promptly be locked up somewhere and reported as still missing regardless. Grandfather's will would be declared as invalid in time, and my relatives would blissfully share their newly bequeathed wealth between them. I hated the thought of that happening. That is why I decided to return here to the capital. Even if it is the last thing I do, I will formally inherit what he wanted me to. That was why I decided I could try and get an escort from someone I could trust. So it's not that I don't think I could trust you, not at all. And I will admit that wanting to explore the capital was a lie. Sorry for deceiving you. You're a grade A moron. I'm sorry? You could have said all that from the beginning and saved us a lot of headache. But I known you were trying to do, I would have been able to formally escort you where you want to go. The guild would have been the safest place for you to hide out, too. We wouldn't have ended up in this dump instead. I suppose you're right. I was just scared. I'll never be able to forget what I saw that day. What I saw in the eyes of everyone who gathered to hear what I hear that will read. That Will read. The horror I felt when I saw it. Madness, insanity, cold, murderous light. Emotions that no one can explain. That no one can put into words. It was invisible for long before they managed to push it back below the surface and out of sight. But it was still there. Because now I believe that's something that all of us possess naturally. Human beings are capable of limitless cruelty. Every one of us. And that realization left me terrified of us all, or whatever. I fucking skipped too early. That's not that I don't trust racers. It's just that I've been so scared. Move this down. Man, it's been an hour and a half of reading. I'm so sorry. I know I shouldn't have wasted your time with any of this. I should never have gotten you caught up in all of this when you were busy enough already. Just forget that I listen. Huh? My policy to give 100% to all work I undertake. Don't underestimate me. I'm the one who should be apologizing to you. I've wanted to be strong and to live with my head held high. I believe I was right to feel that way. And yes, I've lived my hardest until now. But you made me notice that there's something wrong with my attitude. I'm not going about it the right way. It's made me realize anew that I want to be able to keep living with pride in my every step. So no more saying sorry, okay? I want to see this job through to the very end. It's still going! The long-ass fucking side story. So where was it in Grantham Castle that we need to go again? The administrative room. Deadline for submitting the paperwork is noon. Noon? Noon today? That barely leaves us any time at all. Why are you only telling me this now? It has to be filed within a month of the deceased passing away. It's the law here in the borough, apparently. But right, I never was much good at this legal stuff. I bet Kurt knows it all by heart, though. He did seem like the type who might. Let's get going. We don't have any time to waste. As long as we do as we discussed earlier, you should be able to handle this. We're getting inside the castle, and they're not going to stop us. Miss Scheherazade, I really am glad that you were the one who undertook my request. The more time I spend with you, the more I realize you're really someone dependable, relies on their own strength to live. You're blowing my merits out of proportion, I think. Also, can you stop with the Miss Scheherazade now? The way you say it just makes my name sound ridiculously long. Does it? It does. It feels like our conversations take twice as long as they should because of it. Well, if you insist. And now you know all there is to know about what I want to do. So I would like to formally request again that you escort me to Grantham Castle. You got it. You'll get there. I promise you that. Thank you. I knew you'd come eventually. Today's her last chance, after all. You kidding me? A cat? No. Wait a sec. There might be something else inside. Don't let your guard down. I know. There they are! Too late! You did it.
Seems you came up short.
This isn't good. Now's our chance, Ina. Alright. Ah, there's more of them. No! As if you'd have finally show yourselves. So hold up, why haven't you made an example out of them yet? Client's waiting, get a move on. You're really gonna regret messing with us, kids. I hope you don't expect to just be able to walk away after showing yourselves. First, I'm gonna kill you. The other young lady can live a while longer. She's still useful. As long as we can get her to write her own will, it'll save us having to forge one later. You really think this will be that simple? Huh. If you think saying that is going to unnerve us, you got another thing coming. Ina. You can still run, right? Yes. Take all of these guys on myself. While I'm doing that, you run. What? You can't take this many opponents on yourself and have any chance of winning. You'll... Not going to beg for mercy, I take it. There's something you need to do, and so do I. So let's just do them. Don't worry about me. As if I have any intention of dying here. What are you even talking about? Ah! Gah! Damn you! Go, Aina! But I said go! You seem to be having a little trouble over there, Charizard. What? Who the hell are you? Kurt, what are you doing here? You've forgotten that I'm affiliated with the Ansel branch of the guild. I see nothing odd about my presence here. Well, I know, but happy that you seem to have realized exactly what it is that you must do. But I can't say I'm as pleased about how willing you appear to be to throw away your life without first exploring other options. I'm sorry. I can't entirely fault your decision from the perspective of a bracer, but I would like you to give a little more attention to your surroundings. I'm well aware that you seem staunchly opposed to relying on others. Take a good look at the situation you're currently in. Tell me exactly what it is that you should really be doing. Kurt, can you take care of things here for me? Sir.
Go! Rise, Storm, from the space between sky and sea!
Damn. Okay, there's only 5 of them. There's like 3 more left. Now I know. Right. They're getting away. Half of us should be able to take. Half of us should be enough to take care of this guy. Everyone else. Ah. What? Sorry for the delay, Kurt. Who this? Not at all. I've largely taken care of them as it is now. Chundolf? Huh. You sure do fast work. But I'm more surprised to see that abstinent young lady finally came to her senses. When she was with the Zeiss branch, she was more like a wild boar, always charging forward without stopping to take a look around her. I've always known she has what it takes to be an excellent bracer. She'd merely lost sight of something important and needed to be put back on track. Given the opportunity, she was always perfectly capable of doing so. She'll be able to get much stronger than she is now that she's righted herself, I'm sure. Ah, to be young again. Quit acting like we're not even here. Kill them both! They're sure taking their time. The hell are they even doing? I know, there's no need to be so hasty. Capturing her isn't even necessary to the plan as far as I'm concerned. As soon as the noon bell chimes. True as that may be, sure, that would be invalidate the will and ensure that she doesn't get all the money. But it also means that you have to share it with everyone else, which means our share will end up going down. I'd kind of like to avoid that if we can. Don't you worry, we got plenty of options. Remember, you're only dealing with a single young girl. What? Uncle? Why? Oh dear, what are you doing here, Ida? I keep telling you how dangerous it is to go venturing outside, and alone at that. You blind old man! He isn't here alone. Oh, I can see you getting in my way. It's like they don't even care if they kill Aina in the process. That wasn't a very good shot. I take it marksmanship isn't exactly your forte. Sorry, sir. Charizard, what is it? Let's just force our way through here. You don't have time to mess around. Got it. It's time to come along home, Aina. Everyone's waiting for you, you know. Hey, Whiskerty, what's up? I don't know how much I've been ignoring chat. That might have been there for a while. One moment. Let me do something real quick. There we go. Well, hopefully I didn't ignore you too long. It's been an hour and a half! Boy, did he run me the wrong way. Can I give him another crack with my whip? Just leave him. I can't even bring myself to feel anything towards him anymore. No problem, I was backseating and decided to comment. You just chilling? I still don't think he was originally a bad person, though. He'll come around when the whole inheritance matter is settled. You really think so? I think you're being naive, to be honest. He was trying to kill you, you know. Oh, by the way, I've been like slowly, kind of like on my own, trying to get through Elden Ring New Game Plus so that I could do the DLC. It's not too bad because like I have all the levels from when I played the game before. I just have to like try to get to the bosses that I need to kill. Last boss I killed was the Moon Lady. I think I just have to go to the next area and then I could fight one of the bosses that I need to do for the DLC, and then I don't know how to fight mode. I gotta figure out how to fight mode. Yeah, give up. Forget about it, too much things. Nah, we'll get there. We'll get there. If he does anything to cause trouble again, I'll hit him myself. To resume stuff, lol. If he does anything to cause, yeah. With this bag. That sounds painful. What are you doing? What are you doing? You have like no guards anywhere in the city. What an adios name happened out here? You there, throw down your weapons at once. I'm from the Bracer Guild. What? The guild? Charizard showed the soldiers her junior Bracer badge. So you are... Still, what's a Bracer doing here? Her Majesty may recognize the guild, but that doesn't make it all right for you to cause a commotion right outside the castle. I had reason to believe that these people were responsible for numerous criminal acts within the capital. I knocked them out for the sake of the peace and order in Grancel and the safety of its people. So could you do me a favor and arrest them? I haven't covered that part yet. Well, very well. Ordinarily, we'd be taking you away with us as well, but I'll let you off this time. You know what to do. Right! Still, while you may have gotten away without punishment this time, don't expect to be so lucky next time you try to overreach your authority. Protecting the capital is our job, and we'll show no mercy to anyone who causes trouble, Bracer or other. Then where the fuck were you guys? The entire fucking town! They were literally shooting us up, like, at the hotel! Oh, it is? Cool, can I ask another favor then? There's a bunch of their friends still in the city. You couldn't take care of those, could you? Of course, last I saw, Kurt was with them, so you probably won't have to lift a finger there either. You two, follow me. Sir. Never get used to dealing with the army. What? Oh, I was just impressed by how much authority the Bracer badge wields. You were kind of cool. That was the first time I tried using my badge like that. I have you know. But never mind my badge now. We're running out of time. We need to hurry. Right. Phew, we're finally here. Can't believe a girl like you could actually keep up with me running full throttle. Anyway, get the paperwork done quickly. I'll be watching from here. Okay. Be quick as I can, then. Gonna hold right trigger a bit. And I put her signature on the necessary paperwork. Be happy for you, Aina. Congratulations. Charizard. Looks like I need a witness to sign this. A witness? You wouldn't be willing, would you? Sure. If you're okay with me doing it. Of course I am, silly. In fact, I want it to be you. Then I'd be happy to. Never thought the day would come when I would be called as a witness for something like this. Or that the day would come when I'd be able to proudly say I was a senior bracer. Or that I would be able to feel overwhelmed with pride over something in the first place. The undersigned Ina Holden shall hereby inherit the property of Saul John Holden, as outlined in his last will and testament. Witness Scheherazade Harvey. Thank you, Scheherazade. Finally over. That's this request wrapped up, right? Actually, no, there's one more thing I need to do. We're still not done? Could you possibly bring me an application for it? I'd like to make a donation to Her Majesty's Welfare Foundation. Did she donate a lot of her wealth? Cheers! They drinking? Ah. Still can't believe you gave all of that money away. Okay, maybe you don't need all of it, but you'll still need some to live, right? Suppose you're right. What I did was a little strange. But I made up my mind to do this from the very beginning as a matter of principle. When I said I didn't do any of this for the money, I meant it. Still, congratulations on becoming a senior bracer. I'm not sure what the difference between a senior or junior bracer is, but it's clear this is something you really worked for. It means I have a lot more authority, but I've got a lot more responsibility to go with it. It also means I got a nice new badge, but I wasn't never interested in that personally. Oh, really? Yeah? I'm relieved to hear that. So you're finally beginning to understand the necessary mindset to be a bracer, Scheherazade. Crap, it's Kurt! This might look like alcohol to you, but it's actually water. As today's admittedly a cause for celebration, I will turn a blind eye to your drinking tonight. Just don't go drinking so much that it interferes with your ability to do your job. Fine. What is it? They sold alcohol to you? As you're fully aware, Scheherazade, you're now a senior bracer, which means you must behave with more responsibility. That means I expect to see an end to you drinking in every free moment between jobs, day or night. Oh, about that. And sneaking out at night for it too. I also expect to no longer discover that you've been taking advantage of the busiest times in my schedule to behave like a drunken lunatic. Okay, I guess she's just old enough to drink anyway. Is that really what you usually do, Scheherazade? You sound like a tried and true troublemaker. Don't say anything. Are we clear? Yes, sir. There's no need for the sir, of course. We're both senior bracers now, which means we're both an equal standing. I'm hardly even a veteran. I'm still very much a rookie. Are you now? Says who? Regardless, this isn't what I'm here to discuss. The matter I came for concerns your uncle, Ina. Came to make you aware of the fact that the Bracer Guild is capable of asking for leniency in its punishment. Hiring a Jaeger Corps for personal use carries a very grave punishment, you see. A Jaeger Corps? Are you referring to those men dressed in black? Yes, they're one of many corps that are known to be active here in Liberl. Recently, there have been many such corps making their way into the country, and they've been successful in finding work too. Hiring them is, of course, very illegal, but with the army as slow to act as they currently are, I've taken this chance to take care of them, though, so we shouldn't see any sign of them, any Any sign of any in the near future. Okay, whatever. Take care of them. All of them. That makes sense. So it wasn't a coincidence that he showed up when he did. He's been investigating all the Jaeger Corps in Liberl so that he could start an operation to wipe them all out. No wonder he seems so swamped. The Jaegers in the country have been targeting wealthy individuals in hopes of getting them to sign contracts. There have been countless cases like this all around the country of late. Civilians getting caught up in it at a worrying frequency. Goodness. I believe the case we're dealing with here was no exception, in that it was the Jaegers who came to your uncle rather than the other way around. It's hard to feel too much sympathy under these circumstances, but in a sense, your uncle was a victim in all of this as well. What? What are you trying to pull? Jaegers, you said? Yep, Jaegers. Just because the Jaegers approached him and not the other way around, he's a victim? That he deserves to get off with a slap on the wrist? And Ina's supposed to be okay with that? You tried to kill her! Sure, please calm down. There's no need to shout. I'm sorry, but still, no one is saying he doesn't deserve to be punished for his actions. All I'm here to say is that if, and only if, Ina wishes, the guild is able to request leniency in his sentencing. That is all. Oh. Phew. Scared me for a minute. You needn't make your decision immediately. Questioning him will take roughly a week as it is, based on what I've heard. You bear no responsibility to even make any choice at all. So please, don't feel as though you have to think long and hard about this. Just please be aware that the possibility to forgive him exists. That is all. Alright. Incidentally, should you ever find yourself in need of assistance with anything in the future, the Bracer Guild is always available to aid you. We're certainly not omnipotent or infallible, but we'll be able to strive to do what we can to aid those who want our help. I can't fucking read. Thank you. I'm really sorry for not telling you the whole story from the start, too. Please don't be. The situation you were in, your reluctance is quite understandable. Furthermore, one who is worthy of being a full-fledged bracer should be able to tell roughly what a client wants just from looking at them. They should also not, under any circumstances, try to chase away a potential client in genuine need. Ouch. Still got a long way to go then, huh? Certainly. But don't we all? Alright. I've said what I came to say. So I'll be excusing myself now. Aw, really? You could stand to join us for one drink. I'm afraid not. I still have my duties as a guild receptionist remaining after all. As for you, Shara, be careful you don't have too much water. Crud. Why's he always gotta be so serious? No, actually, how about you, Ina? Can you hold your liquor? If you can, you should join me for a few drinks. Well, alright then. You sure? Really? Really sure? Of course. You've done so much for me, so how could I refuse? Joining you for a few drinks is the least I can do. Then let's get to boozing. Tonight's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see what a prim and proper girl like her looks like when she's drunk out of her mind. This is going to be awesome! Well, cheers! Seen girls just like her on the other side of that river. Silky blonde hair, beautiful blue eyes, smooth skin. The blissful children on the other side, dressed like royalty and smiling like angels. Seeing them, I asked myself the same question over and over again. Why aren't I on that side? I envied them. I hated them. I both longed to be one of them and rejected their very existence. I knew the answer to my question from the very beginning. I despaired in myself. I always tried to avoid others getting too close, believing that to be what I needed to do in order to live. But I could never completely get rid of the tiny lingering hope deep within my heart. But eventually, no matter how long it took, the day would finally come when I could smile from the heart. But the day would come when I would finally be able to accept and forgive myself for how I was. The next day, Aina visited the Bracer Guild and registered her desire for her uncle to be shown leniency in his sentencing. Fortunately, I wasn't able to accompany her, having been drunk under the table by her the night before. We did it! Side story. No, fuck that guy. Why the fuck did you show him leniency? Oh boy. Well, we did it. Those are those two. Did I even get anything I could use for her? What did I just get? I don't remember. It was in green. It wasn't like a particularly good thing for her. Damn, 2 hours of fucking reading side stories, dude. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick and then come back. So, yeah, be right back, I guess. I mean, I do have a BRB screen, but I don't even fucking... Yeah, alright, BRB. All right, I'm back. Oh, click that. There we go. Hi. That was a long story. But we can go to the final area in this place. And it probably will have Estelle? Could have her dad. Cassius. Even though we never controlled Cassius. Have we ever controlled Cassius? That was a quick break. I just had to use the restroom and then refill water. I don't know what else I was gonna do in the break. I'm not really hungry. Might get food later. By the way, how's the... You have an interview lined up for ServiceNow, right? Like the same one that like kind of reached out to me, but I haven't really heard back from yet. Or is it just that they reached out to you, they said, all right, we'll try to set up an interview, but you haven't heard anything now? Quite yet? Dude, job hunting fucking sucks, dude. I hate this shit. It's the worst. This is way easier. Talking for like hours upon hours on end. 3 days in order to get a response, so let's see. Yeah, I already know it going to be tough. Yeah. Like, ugh. Now 200% harder, lol. Yo, Loki, let's do a game jam together. Let's not even do a game jam that like they posted. Let's just make a game together and try to see like, let's just do it over a weekend and see what sort of shit we can make. Like no life a game in a weekend. We can even stream it if you want. It'd be funny. Made a Patreon and put the APK. Is it for the Yu-Gi-Oh game? Trying to get people. Game dev is a beast. Debugging is crazy. Yes. Damn. You might actually get people to fucking pay for your what's it called? I'm having a brain fart. Your Patreon. But all the software are free. Patreon, just in case they want support. Yeah, I know. That's how things. Well, that's how you should do it, considering it's a licensed thing, right? But that's how a lot of like mods get support, where they like have a Patreon that doesn't really give them anything. Maybe it gives them like details, like news or something. Apart from the mod, but like the mod itself will be available for free. So you just have like the game available for free. People who mod for VR do not put it for free. What? I'm confused. You're saying people make mods for VR and they don't post the mod free? It sounds sus. I know there's like paid mods for like some other games, but like that's usually mods are like especially well, I mean in your case it's like yet again a licensed software that you don't own the rights to. You're making like a fan game, right? You're making like a fan Mother 5 essentially, where like, well, Nintendo would still shoot that. You're making like the fan Sonic game, but for Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know how Yu-Gi-Oh would be, whether or not they'd be like, oh yeah, let's get this guy, like Sonic, like Sega was with Sonic. Yeah, Flat to VR mod. A dude did for the cowboy game, forgot the name, but I almost made Cyberpunk. But yeah, definitely should put that. I don't know whether or not you think the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. You said like you think the Yu-Gi-Oh thing is less impressive or something than the other project. But that honestly, like just looking at it, the Yu-Gi-Oh at least would probably get more people interested. It just immediately has that more obvious target audience. And you don't necessarily have to worry about like getting it like with the platform that you want, the website you want to make, you have to worry about it like taking off in the first place. And if it does, like whether or not like you get enough income from it, like you're able to put ads or sponsors or whatever on it to like offset the cost that you're using, like a bunch of paid services, like, you know, hosting it, the database, Firebase. And even if it stayed small, it'd be like, all right, how would you advertise it? It's like, but yeah, the idea is that we just make a game. We just make our shitty game within like 2 days, no life it. Like we learn whatever fucking engine we need at that 2 days too. We go in blind. We learn Gado or those two. Like, don't even like prep for it. We just go in and do it. Yeah, it costs a lot to upkeep, but we will see. Learn engine 2 days. Yep, great idea. It doesn't really fucking matter. I'm sure it'll be fine. Be right back. No problem. I should probably get back to reading the story. Now, this is one fancy looking training facility. It's crazy complicated inside too. Stella and I had a blast trying to get through it when we were here. Especially the rooms where it's pitch black. Those were just awesome. Nah. Yo, I remember those rooms. I got jumped in those rooms. I think it's in the clips too. Like one of the few YouTube videos I've ever posted. I got jumped in one of those rooms. I got bad scared. I could not find my way out. I remember having my fair share of trouble with those too. Can't wait to see what kind of traps we bump into inside then. Anyway, as far as I can tell, this should be our final ordeal on this plane. Let's get this done. Right. We're probably getting a stealth. Although there might be a few more people that we've yet to unlock. I don't know who's the girl of pure white. It could still technically be Chloe. But I don't know about that. Hey, again? Wait, where's that guy you were with before? His music? Just log into the card. Some sort of ID is needed. You're alone. There's no greater void than the one between your ears. I mean, it's still, I said it wrong, but like it still kind of works. Damn it.
That's that. Let's move out.
Alright. This way. No orbital energy is reaching here. Alright. So we gotta get power. He must reroute the power first. Hook him up!
Seems you came up short.
We do like Sharon. I guess if we had a waifu in this game, it would be Sharon. Sharon, I guess Chloe, but a part of me might be because I'd be like, royal family, rich, money. Wow, that's not an annoying sound at all. Not irritating in the slightest.
Oh yeah!
ID card. I tell you to have a barrel of fun, but come on. We don't call them treasure barrels. You're right. I didn't get the joke though. Was this supposed to be funny? Yeah, we already got that. I got my ID card. Shara? Is it just me or is this place layout way different from the real version? You thought the same too, huh? Completely different how? Placement of the rooms and the corridors, everything. Suppose it's possible that it was remodeled after analysts used it. Well, the sealed area's layout was completely different from the real ones too. It wouldn't be the first time this has happened. Probably something our foes did intentionally too. Exactly. We'll have to be very careful. Okay. That's not scary. Juggernaut. Should move to a palace. That way I could be a court jester. Alright, we're making the other weapon even more useless. God damn, Sharon's hot.
What's next?
Beat his ass.
Oh yeah!
Kidding me?
Yeah!
came up.
Basically, you made Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Ben 10 to real life. That's an impressive haul. Aw, shit. Yeah, we need an ID. We'll probably find over here. Alright, can we just turn the red off and then... Yeah, it turns green. The only thing you're missing, like you would say, the word. The word. I haven't... Shit, I haven't watched enough JoJo to remember exactly how he says it. The word. Trying to think. It's like, shit, man, if you're breaking Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Ben 10 to real life, I'm trying to think if there's anything you might as well add on to that list. Back from where I is, am I a shop? Any part of this game have? This game? I mean, if I look at the... One moment. If I look at this, and if each orb is probably like a section of the game, after, like, we're in the 4th plane right now, we probably have like 3 more planes, plus a bunch of like side quest related stuff, at the very least. So like, this might be halfway into the game, maybe? Ah. Seemed like I've been playing this for a minute. I haven't been streaming as much as I used to though. I've only played this for like maybe like 22 hours so far. And it's a JRPG, so based on the other games, they normally last like 40 to 50 hours. ID card 2, all right. Also got sick. I need to go back this way. Do this. So I didn't stream for like... No, forgot to check. So you all good now? My voice is still kind of weird. Normally I would voice these characters, right? But I'm just reading them in my normal voice now. Which, to be fair, makes it kind of quicker to get through. Less tiring as well. But yeah, my voice still feels off. There's Doc in here. Did I get like any like... Night vision. I don't think I did. I haven't checked to see if I still test positive, but I haven't really like left either. Night goggles. There we go. This is not what it looks like. Very unlikely I leave soonish. Da, da, da. My eyes! Let's just get through here. Wonderful. I hope you check soon, but if you're feeling better, you might be good. Yeah, I'll check when I want to leave. Or when, like, someone says that they might want to come by.
Alright, what's next?
I wasn't gonna leave this apartment anyway. I got my food. I got my supplies. Fuck it, just kill it. He'll get it back anyway. Joshua earns it back quickly. Mainly because I gave him the item, he'll get it back quickly. But, you know. Fine, we'll keep it on you. Your luscious locks of hair are nothing compared to my lovely locks of steel. Moon glasses. I'm gonna have to start charging at this rate. Like people checking you or like? Is this how I came in? I can't. Did I ever go that way? Alright, yeah, I already got this one. Just double checking it. That is where I came. Oh, we took damage for that. Fun. That's fine. Oh, no, no. Okay, I don't want to fight.
Oh yeah!
No level ups. Thought we could be friends. Oh, well, I think we're at the end of this area. That is not that much more expensive. What the fuck? Let's put that for now. Needle whip. Alright, here we go. Who are we fighting? Estelle? Nope. Agate. Agate! Crap, we're up against Agate this time. Well, this looks like it's going to be a fight to remember. This fight isn't going to be the easiest, but it's not anything we can't handle. Let's do this, guys. Right! Easy fight, let's go. Can you not jinx me? Just in case. This real.
This ought to perk you up.
Certain shouldn't. Wow, that didn't do as much as I was hoping. Oh, I just remembered. I was about to be so disappointed because it didn't look like when I targeted the Minotaur, it reached the other. One down.
This ought to perk you up.
Did my game freeze? My game froze! Ah! I was winning that game. I was winning that. It crashed. My game crashed. What the fuck? That is... Game is cheating is crazy. Yeah, you know? The fact that the game was like, hey, this guy's actually playing too well right now. We gotta give him some issues. That's fucking wild, dude. Now I gotta do that whole fight again. I basically won the fight there too, when I took out those two guys. That happened with the Elgato. This time it was the game itself. This time I gotta do the whole fight. With you as my witness. From the beginning. Again.
Let's end this.
Honestly, can we just kill Agate? Would this work if I just simply murdered the main guy? Didn't worry about anyone else? Oh, it's not even here. Free charity. Oh.
Is in my hands.
Maybe we don't have to worry about the other two. We have to worry about the other two. Ah, boy.
This ought to perk you up.
Ow. Alright, just your, kill them all? Miss. Wonderful. We love it.
I am in. Or am I?
Was that so hard, game? Just give us the W. You? Well, that's that. The love of Iodios, though. He's a damn tank. Certainly is, though I wouldn't expect any less. Still, now we should be able to have him fighting on our side. Sure, Tito will be stoked to hear about this. Let's go back and tell her. I need food recipes. Moon doors. Fifth plane. Third plane. What am I missing the second plane? Alright, I guess this plane too. But there might be more. Try check recipes. I shouldn't be using this like this, but... There we go. Should be enough. Sure. The minigame hallway. Right, your memory fragment and my blessing. Why don't you guys try becoming bracers? Those words were all it took to set the wheels in motion. 3 young men it still had spoken to. Dean, Rice, and Rocco were the leaders of a group of delinquents. Spent most of their time in the warehouse district of Rouen. In light of the unprecedented chaos that swept over Liberl, they soon began re-examining themselves and their lives. After much thought, they agreed that the path of a bracer, a protector of the land's peace and its people's safety, may be the best road forward for them. That's not to say, however, that they didn't have any ulterior motives. No. They did think it would also give them the opportunity to be trained directly by the guild's Karna. With this hope in their hearts, they made their way to the Rouen Bracer Guild and expressed interest in joining. The guild's crafty receptionist, Jean, had other ideas swirling in his brain. And unfortunately for them, they were to receive their training from their longtime sworn enemy and former Raven group leader, Agathe Krosner. The grueling training began in earnest under his strict guidance. After roughly 3 months of pure hell, the end was finally in sight. Only today's final examination remained. Is this just more random lore? When I found out that we were going to be doing our final exam outside Rouen, I was so excited. I didn't think it was going to be a place like this. Same here. Who'd have figured we'd end up dragged out to a cabin in the middle of this misty-ass swamp hole? Have any of us even been able outside of Rouen before? Why'd our first taste of fresh air have to be somewhere so weird? It's not like we're here on vacation. We're here as part of our training. Can't expect to get taken to a theme park or something. I guess. Wow. That's so grown up of you. Glad one of you's got his head screwed on. I thought I was gonna have to give you guys a lecture on why you're here, but maybe I can spare myself the boring crap after all. Anyway, that's enough shooting the shit here. Sorry, but I always gotta talk down to us. As you know, this final exam is what determines whether you pass your training. It all hinges on this. Pass and you're all junior bracers from here on. Fail and you ain't. Either way, let me say this. I'm impressed you made it this far without dropping out. I wasn't sure you had it in you, but you sure as hell proved me wrong. Did he just praise us? What's gotten into him? I think I'm gonna be sick. What kind of heartless monster do you guys think I am? Just hurry up and spill the details. I'm getting sick of standing around here. I want to get started. That shows balls. Good. Alright, let's get down to it then. Your task's simple enough. You're gonna make your way through a cave full of monsters. Get to the end and you pass. A cave? I thought our exam was gonna be in this valley. We gotta go somewhere else now? Quit whining. It's not far from here. It'll be harder than it sounds. But if you get to the end in one piece, you get your badges. I'm not giving you a strict time limit, but the longer you take, the longer you keep me waiting, so don't push your luck. That's it. Any questions? Sounds easy. All we have to do is go for a walk while beating up some monsters. This exam was made for us. It should be kind of fun. It's a no to the questions, I guess. Oh, Elmer? They're counting on you to back them up for me. Well, if you insist. Sure they're up for this, though. It'll be fine, trust me. Okay, let's get our butts over to that cave. This here's the entrance. Never thought there was a cave way out here. Huh. So this is the place that's gonna determine our futures, huh? Sure, hidden well enough. Isn't this the place where they hid away, the pirates? Well, you already know what you're doing. I'll be waiting for you at the end, so give it your best shot. I'll be here backing you up if you need it. Things get too dicey and you need a break or something to eat, come to me. Sounds like an easy enough job for you, as if you'll even need to come back here. Yeah, we'll breeze through this thing in no time. Alright then. I'm ready if you guys are. Time to get to work. Damn, we play as these fucking jobbers? Can't tell. They all have the same weapon. They're all the same. Yeah. I only had one of those too. This place is pretty big inside, huh? Yeah, tons of empty space to fight it. Ah, you know as well as I do, making it through this cave isn't going to be the main event. It's him we're dealing with here. He'll be waiting for us at the end to challenge us to a fight, I guarantee it. You think so too, huh? No, going by all our training so far, it's a pretty safe guess. That's how every other exercise has ended. I wonder how well we're gonna be able to do against him this time. I feel like we've gotten pretty strong. We might have a chance, but who knows? Either way, this is a good chance to get back at him for having to put up with his crap all the time. Let's get going, give him hell. Yeah! Right there with you. Let's do a save, I guess. That's one ugly monster. It might look that way, but I bet it's small fry. Probably just to scare predators off. The weaker something is, the meaner it's gotta look. You think? The description kind of sounds like it fits us, too. I think it noticed us. Time to make it wish it had. We literally have nothing. All right. Jesus, dude! The level ups. Ah! Ah, God. What the? I thought we were stronger than this. Not that we're weak. That monster was just that strong. The sheriff didn't say anything about this. Ah. But we had to go and choose here. So much for your theory, Rocco. That monster didn't just look strong. It was strong. Call that strong? You gotta be kidding me. Why? What do you mean? Trying to act like that, it's no big deal, isn't gonna impress us, you know. We can see you struggling the whole time. Maybe you need your eyes checked then. Anyway, who cares how tough it was? Let's get moving. We got work to do. Wait a second. What's up with him? Jesus. Oh, that one shouldn't be too tough. Yeah, we've seen those things near Ruan. Let's hop to it. Any impede? What you? Well, it was easier to beat than the last monster. A lot stronger than the ones near Ruan, though. Looks like we're gonna have to accept that all the monsters in here are tougher than the ones we know. Ugh. Why am I struggling against these guys? It should be nothing. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Hey, calm down, Rocco. We might be struggling, but it's not like we can't take them. As long as we take things slow and rest after every fight, we got this. Rest after every battle. We need to take a break after every loser of a monster like that. How are we ever gonna catch up to that asshole? Is this really the time to think about that? The next one is gonna be a breeze. It is! Hey, Rocco! Ew, he started to let his temper get the better of him. Oh boy. scrawled in a limerick on the inside of the chest. Oh, okay. Ah, that's not gonna pass a T rating. Ah. They all level up, did it? We're all good in HP because they leveled up. Yeah. The treasure was you all along. Aww. Here's our next one, I guess. There's no way we'll struggle against this guy. Don't be so sure. After the other fights here, there's no way I'm letting my guard down this time. Stay cautious, guys. Ow. Phew, that's that. Yeah, that one ended up being tough, too, but nothing we can't handle. Ah, if only there was 3 of me. Huh? You say so? Couldn't you hear me? I meant what I said. If only there was 3 of me instead of me and you 2 jokes. I'd have been done by now. If you say so, man. Unfortunately for you, this is the group we've got, and we're gonna have to stick with it. Keep your shit talking to yourself, alright? Huh. Just don't drag me down. It's gotten into him, seriously. Jesus. Damn it. Gotta make use of my preemptive strike, dude. Oh boy. Probably gonna call it after this area. And also, nah, this isn't where the pirates were. Or the bandits. What makes the chest of LeBeau so talkative anyway? Most other countries prefer strong, silent chest. Huh? Is there a frozen rock in the middle of the path? I don't know, it doesn't look like anything special, but that's a weird place for one to be. What's your damage? Don't wander over to some random crap when you don't know what it is. Oh, it's moving. Maybe that warning was a little too late? Did it? Yeah, that scared the heck out of me. No doubt. Would have thought a rock would turn into a monster. Well, maybe you wouldn't have been scared if you hadn't been such a dumbass. What was I just saying about dragging me down? Sorry, man. For the love of Iodios. That goes for you too, Dean. You ever gonna grow out of being such a damn coward? Ugh, at this rate, we're not even gonna be able to get through here by sundown. Maybe it's time I cut the dead weight and went on by myself. Then go. What was that? You heard me. If you're that determined to go by yourself, be my guest. You're the tough one here, right? You can handle everything in here by yourself, right? Why would you want a bunch of weaklings like us around? Get moving, tough guy. Try saying that again. Besides, the only reason we're even here in this cave right now is because you thought this was a good idea. I'm sick of it. And I'm sure as hell don't want to be told I'm getting in the way by the guy who forced me into this crap. Come on, Rice. We're out of here. Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, I know when I'm not needed. No point in hanging around after being told I'm dead weight. Huh, that's how it's gonna be, huh? See you never. Doesn't he ever get tired keeping that act 24/7? Who cares? He's on his own now. Damn. He can go get himself killed for all I care. We're going home. Look in front of the chest. It's just painted on. I have a somewhat favorite premonition about this. You think Rocco's still alright? He might be pretty strong. The monsters in here are like way stronger than any one of us. Huh, who cares? He's the one who said he wanted to go ahead on his own. Meet his bed, let him lie. I haven't seen one like this before. What is this creepy thing? That's way more effective than I thought it'd be. The defense down. Man, that was nasty. Rocco's walking ahead alone in a place crawling with monsters just like that. Hey, Dean. I feel like this really ain't the time for us to be fighting each other and trying to act big. Hey, Rice. Yeah? Ever seen Rocco show any sign of weakness before? Ever? Well, now that you mention it, no. Same here. Might be pretending he's strong all the time, but he never lets any sign of weakness slip or whines like we do. Still drowning in tea? I've been drowning in water for this stream, but yeah, kind of. How's it going, Mirage? I've been just reading these with my normal voice, by the way, because my voice is just not normal right now. The best I could do is my normal voice, really. Even the voices I normally could have an easy time doing, I just can't do them easily. He's always the one who's pushing us and trying to make us better ourselves. Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, if it wasn't for him, we really wouldn't be here. We'd still be loitering around back in Rouen forever, probably. We can let all the dead weight stuff slide this once. Maybe he pisses me off sometimes, but I ain't gonna turn my back on him when he's always at ours. Damn straight! Have any healing items? Need the sleep schedule right for 10 o'clock. Alright. I know what that is. Warframe. I used the restroom actually. I felt like I took a actually I took a break like about an hour ago. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I don't know how much longer I'll stream though, considering it's like 4 hours into a trial stream and it's literally like 4 hours of talking. Just me reading lines. I'm not doing the voices, but like even still, bruh. At my current state, it's basically like me doing the voices. Oh boy. Okay, BRB. All right, back. Hopefully we don't have much long for this segment. I did say I'll probably end right after this segment. God fucking damn it! So that they fade into existence a lot of the time. Oh, no. And I can't see them off the screen. Yo, Dean, that looks like him. You see him? What's that idiot doing? Ah, damn it! Can't move. Ah! Looks like this is the end of the line for me. Rocco! This ain't good, he's frozen. Can you handle it, Rice? Sure thing. Ah! You just fucking threw a fucking... What even is that? Like, I couldn't even call it a Molotov. That was more explosive than a Molotov. I can move. And you just hope that would work? That would fix things? Alright. Ha! You're a real sorry sight, man. Sorry for keeping you waiting. The hell are you guys doing here? I thought you bailed. More like we came to bail you out. But we can talk later. We got a fight on our hands. Fine. Oh, okay. Okay, just resist it. Okay, it does not follow us. Let's not go out of her way to make sure we get bodied. Oh wow, this sucks. Oh, I can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. Oh, wow. Oh. Ow. That's bad. That's really bad. Fuck this. I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. oh. Ow. Uh-huh. Can you please die? You leveled up. Yay. Phew, good thing we made it in time. Seriously, you really bit off more than you could chew this time, Rocky. What are you two doing here? Why do you come here after me? Even without guys, I could have handled that just... No, you couldn't, you dumbass. What was that? For once in your life, stop being so stubborn. If we hadn't come in when we did, you would have been dead. And you know it too. You just don't want to say it. What was that? Nah, I guess I haven't got the right to be getting all angry. Sorry, man. I shouldn't have told you to go on alone like I did. Might have said earlier that I was only trying to become a bracer because you pushed us into it. But I swear that's not the only reason. There's no way I could have made it through all of that insane training we got put through and not quit part way if that was the only reason. I would have thrown in the towel a long time ago if I wasn't serious about this. What he said. I'm just as serious about this as you are, you know. I know you're in a rush to try and be as tough as Agate and everything, and I can't blame you. But whether it's how you'd want things or not, the three of us are in this together. It wouldn't hurt to rely on us at least a little, would it? Alright, got me. And I ain't no dumbass, Dean. I know my limits. You're probably right. I was just in so much of a rush to try and narrow the gap between us that I lost sight of myself. Rocco, that last fight was enough to open my eyes. I'm not up for the task of getting through this place alone. I know now that I need you guys with me every step of the way. So, sorry. Will you two let me stick with you again? Come on, really? As if you even need to ask. Thanks. What's gotten into you two? Anyone would look at you two now and think smooching and wedding bells are in your future. You're made up, so make with the kissing. I'll shove it up your ass. Besides, you still owe me an apology. Huh? For what? When someone's frozen, you're supposed to use an item on them or something. You know, like a curio bomb. Were you trying to kill me? Hey, it did the trick, right? I guess. Maybe I do owe you one. Thanks. But it's gotten into you. Wait, am I the one you want to smooch? In your dreams. Kidding. Well, anyway, let's get going. You got it. Right. There's two ways we could go. Well, this is way more roomy than the other caves we've been in. Oh, it's where the dragon was. You let your voice rest? But we're about to end anyway. You think this is the end of the line? Sure looks that way. I don't see anything here, though, or anyone. Maybe we haven't finished exploring. Nah, you're done. Nice work, guys. Why? Where'd you come from? You were telling us the whole time, weren't you? Bingo, I've seen everything that's happened on the way here. I figured you wouldn't find it easy, but I wasn't expecting you all to split up partway through. That was your fault for picking this place. You wouldn't have split up if you picked somewhere less complicated. That's why I picked this place, Numbnuts. I wanted to see how you'd react when you found yourselves in a complex situation. And I got exactly what I wanted out of it. Huh? Yeah, I can buy that. Thanks a lot. You guys are already squared away in battle, I'll give you that. On that front, you're already ahead of your average junior bracer. Really? You really think so? But that's not only in terms of strength. Fortunately, you need more than that to be a good bracer, junior or senior. But I saw today really helped me make up my mind on whether you're cut out for this line of work. Good for you. I still don't have enough to go on to make the final call, though. You want to prove to me that you got what it takes. Then you're gonna have to prove it to me. Then you're gonna have to prove it to my heavy blade first. I didn't know this is how it was gonna go. Duh, because it was obvious. You wanna see what we've got? Then we'd be happy to show you. Come at me! Alright, let's beat his ass. Okay, we're not beating his ass. He takes like no damage. He takes like no fucking damage. Maybe if we shake him down? Nope. That didn't do shit. That was just a waste of crap. Ow. Ow. Damn it.
You ready for this?
You get to do that again? Yeah, we're not winning this. Yeah, okay. What? We have to beat that? Okay, how? Actually, how? I guess not doing the one ability. That did absolutely nothing in terms of like damage. Alright, this time we actually did it. Turns out if you don't waste your ability, you're good to go. We did it! Look at us level up! We leveled up like 10 times. We did it? No joke. We seriously beat him? No way. Oh wow, I'm impressed. Yeah. Of course it was too good to be true. Figures. Heh. Don't go getting too down in the dumps. You managed to get one over me. You should still feel proud of yourselves. Anyway, now I'm confident. Got a good handle on what you're capable of. So let me break down how you did. Now, you're gonna tell us our exam results then? Here it comes. First up, Dean. I'm first. As a plus, your judgment ain't anything to sniff at. On the other hand, you have a tendency to play it safe even when you don't have to. You're next, Rice. Lay it on me. Your forte is your intuition. In that department, there's a solid potential. As far as negatives go, it's hard to overlook how careless you can be when a situation calls for critical thinking. Finally, there's you, Rocco. I'll give you credit for your determination and unrelenting drive to get the job done, but I really can't praise your inability to make calm, rational decisions. Stick those two qualities together and you're a walking accident waiting to happen on your own. So, as I'm sure you can already tell, the three of you just aren't there yet. You're all missing something before I can call you ready. Watching you all work, I was on tenterhooks the whole time. I hate to admit it, but it's probably right. Guess we're done then. That's just if I rate the three of you as individuals. If I rate you as a team, then my verdict becomes a little different. Huh? Wait. What? Watching you take on that last monster on the way back here was when I was finally able to stake my confidence in you. Individually, none of you meet the mark. I slap the three of you together, and you just about squeeze over the line. That's why I'm going to give you a passing grade on one condition. We passed? What's the condition? You can be bracers, but you can only accept jobs as a group of three. Fuck, I didn't read the last thing because I skipped too quickly. Not until you become senior bracers, anyway. We'll see where you stand then. I'll be passing the news on to John, so once that's done and over with, you can throw all the work you can handle your way. Together? That's right. I want you to build up experience working together as a group. Work on each of your weaknesses. And by the time you hit senior level, you'll hopefully be ready to take on the kind of solo work that you can't do now. Huh. I see. I can't help but feel lame for only getting a conditional pass. Sure, but it beats flunking out completely. Exactly. Well, I'll be expecting a lot of improvement from you guys. By the way, you planning on sticking to stun rods as your main weapons? I'll buy you all new ones from the weapon shop over at Boast in honor of you passing. Just a little something for me. You're gonna buy us something? That's awesome! I think I'm gonna be sick. For crying out loud, my rep with you guys is even worse than I thought. I'm not gonna some kind of evil monster that feeds off of pain and suffering, you know. Ha, could have fooled me. Might be right though. I mean, it's always nice to that little girl. It's gotta have some soft spot hidden in there somewhere. What's her name? Tita? You wanna run that by me again? Good crap. Why do you have to go and bring her up? Oops. So that's how you guys want to play this, huh? I should have known being nice wasn't gonna get me anywhere. Way to freaking go, Rice. No more messing around. Your ass is gonna be running your way back to the entrance. Anyone who falls behind anymore, then I'm willing to allow gets my blade chucked in the back of their head. Right. You're the one with the most stamina here, Rocco. You gotta lead the way so he doesn't catch up with us. Ha! That was the plan all along. Exhausting right to the very end, huh? Less talking, more running. Yes, sir. Okay, right. Is that it? Are we done? Can I call it? Yeah, we can. Oh, boy. What? 100 Mira? That's it? Alright. I think I'll call it a stream. Thank you guys for dropping by. Thank you for anyone who lurked or quickly said hello. GG's. Yeah, thank you, Wistardy, for dropping by. See you hopefully next time. Hopefully tomorrow. Bring up the consistency. See if I do it at least for this long. Well, we'll try to go for like 4 hours. Usually. We'll see if we can do that. But yeah. And also hopefully I start earlier. Because I keep like procrastinating on it. Like super hard. But I'm gonna just go ahead and end stream. No raid or anything.